What's up, everybody? It's your girl Charity, and today I am on my way to the Broad Museum in Los Angeles, California. This is my first time coming to the Broad, but I am so excited because the exact reason I'm coming to the Broad is to see an exhibit by acclaimed author Jean-Michel Basquiat. I have been wanting to see this exhibit for a number of years now. And I'm so grateful that the owners or the curators of this museum has their own personal collection on display. Right now, what you're seeing is the Walt Disney Museum, or excuse me, auditorium, over to the right side of the screen, and the Broad is right here. When I turn, just check out this architecture, guys. It is amazing. And when I tell you that the owners of this museum or the philanthropists who opened this museum, when I tell you that they didn't leave any opportunity, they did not, excuse me, they did not waste any opportunity to show their love for art from everything from the entrance. Everything is a photo opportunity, but we're not here for pics, bars. Those are my girls right there taking pictures as we enter the museum. And just I mean, I don't know if I'm really capturing the essence of this museum. Just everything about it is just awesome and amazing. Now, they have exhibits on the first and third floor, but you have to take the escalator or an elevator upstairs, and it's very steep. The bars was scared, and ordinarily my anxiety would not even let me attempt to go up into something like this. Ooh, I'm just looking at it right now and just remembering how I was like so excited by the opportunity to see the exhibit that I did not let my nerves get to me. And when I got to the top, yes, I did cry. I did cry because, guys, I have anxiety, and my anxiety is to the point where I can't drive like I used to, and I certainly haven't really been on the highways like I used to. And I live about an hour away from Los Angeles. But I got my nerves together and I said, you know what? It's my birthday. And I really, really want to see this exhibit. I have been wanting to see this exhibit for quite a long time. So I got my nerves together. I got the courage, and everything is just beautiful. Um, if you want, as I'm going through the museum, you can pause, because what I did was I tried to get most of the exhibits. And then I also tried to get like the author names. I think this one is by Twombly. I'm not sure. I'm not going to pretend to know or remember every artist, or remember or know exactly, some art fans, they know exactly who made what. I don't know. This one looks familiar to me, but this piece exactly, excuse my language, by Kondo, it looks familiar to me, but I really can't say. This one here does also look familiar to me, but as you can see, I did grab a shot of each of the artist names and the descriptions where I could. So you can pause if you would like, and you can read. This one here by Henry Taylor is just depiction of Michelle Obama, and I this piece right here is one of those pieces where you're like, okay, what was the artist going for? It's just a mirror with like cloth over it. Yeah, but I thought that was unique, and I thought it was just like, like what was the veil over the mirror? What does that mean? Now that I'm saying it, veil over the mirror, I'm kind of getting it. I'm kind of getting it. Let me know what you guys think in the description. What do you think the artists? Because the artists most of the time have something that they're going for, but some artists will leave things up to interpretation. So whatever you get, whatever feeling you get is whatever feeling that you get. Um, this crown says you are a very special person. So I've noticed that some of the pieces have like a little wire around them. So I'm thinking those are the ones that are most expensive. I thought this was also unique. The table and chair set, this giant table and chair set, actually. Um, I walked under it just to give you all a better impression of just how large this table and chair set is. If you can't see from the people standing next to it, it's really big. And that's me underneath it. And it's called Under the Table by Robert Therian. I'm not sure. But yes, you can, like I said, you can pause in between and read each one. But I wanted to go and see everything else first. And I kind of wanted to see Basquiat last. This one is called Untitled, The Skull. And these pieces where Basquiat did like a brain or the inside and outside image of the skull, it's kind of a self portrait, but those are his most expensive pieces. I don't know how much this one was worth, but one just like it or very similar sold for 110 million. To give you a sense of how what is the word I want to use here? How renowned this artist is. A lot of his pieces uh, speak to racism, speak to uh, uh, oppression, and a lot of them are self portraits. I took the caption right here of the description of Basquiat. This is one of the main gallery exhibits in the museum. They have about 11 of Basquiat's pieces. Basquiat is his father was Haitian and his mother was Puerto Rican. Basquiat passed away at the age of just 27 years old. He worked with Andy Warhol as well, and they also have a Warhol exhibit, which you'll see after this. But he's a very famous. Jay-Z is a huge fan of Basquiat. He mentions him in a few of his songs, and Picasso Baby, um, for instance. And yeah, Basquiat is very, very, very famous Black author, one of the only famous Black authors, and especially during his time, who is as renowned as he is. His work sells for millions of dollars. Um, so yeah, so I was just very excited to be. I'm a creative as well. I'm an author, and I was just inspired and to write. I haven't written a book in like almost 3 years, and now I kind of got I kind of got my juices flowing. So I know what I want to write about next. These exhibits are by Kuntz. Um, he did the Michael Jeff Kuntz, to be exact, guys. Um, he did the Michael Jackson and Bubbles sculpture and the rabbit sculpture, and he also did when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, this is like one of those balloon animals," and that's exactly what it is, balloon dog. There are like 5 or 6 balloon dogs in different colors. The Broad has it in blue, but there's one in magenta and orange and green, and they're at various places. But one of them sold for like what 58 million. So again, I don't know the price on this exact balloon dog, but the red one sold for 58 million, and this or the magenta one did, and it's somewhere else. So yeah, but all of these pieces in this exhibit are by Jeff Koons and Jeff Koons. So yeah. Um, and here's a description of his work, and this is also another one of his pieces. I think they're pretty dope, if you ask me. Like who would do a sculpture of a balloon dog? Koons is known for doing different things like that, but these pieces here, my kids, they had an adverse reaction to some of the pieces. Some of them felt racist to them. They I got to get my kids up on their civics, because they thought this picture of JFK was Ronald Reagan. I'm like, y'all, What are they teaching you in school? But yeah, so we're winding down our trip. We were actually going through each exhibit for about 2 hours. So we were there for a while. They usually want you to be in and out of the museum for in about an hour. But I think if you're observing everything and just really getting a good sense of what you're looking at and an appreciation for the art, it will take you some time to look at it. But at, in my mind, if you really want to get a good feel for the pieces, I think it takes like 2 trips for me because I feel like you should sit with it. I feel like Basquiat, I just feel like he's just so prolific, so profound. I just didn't want to leave. And now we're at the Warhol exhibit. That is one of his pieces that he did of Elizabeth Taylor. Warhol was very eccentric and he used different colors. You may be familiar with his work that he did with Campbell's Soup and Coca-Cola. Like if you see different things where you see the images where it's like 4 different images of the same, it's 4 of the same images in different colors. That's usually inspired by Warhol. So when you see like people with different colors and things like that. So yeah. And I took most wanted and it gives a description of the painting there. But these are the ones that my kids were like, okay, what is this? Because one of the exhibits had like um it was a picture or it was a work of black people being chased by dogs. So my children were like kind of like, well, what's that? And I'm like, art is a representation of everything. You can't like really be like, oh, that's racist because people are showing how they feel in a moment or they're giving life to a situation in a moment and it all deserves to be represented because if we don't, if we shy away from doing that, then what will people know after us? We can't just hide things. But again, like I said, the museum did not leave any opportunity to grasp to give the visitors a piece of art. I thought this elevator was pretty cool. It's all glass. And like I said, my anxiety ordinarily would not allow me to be on something like this because look at it, just look at it. It's like you're in a tunnel. It's like it was so claustrophobic. And then look, you can see yourself going down like in a tube. It reminded me of one of those tubes, like when you go to the ATM and you put your money in and it shoots up. So yeah, we finally got done. There was another piece I did not include in this film because I just thought it would be too much. And I really just wanted to give you all a good sense of the top floor, which has the exhibits of Koons and Warhol and Basquiat. There was another exhibit downstairs, but by this time I'm tired of walking around. I'm getting hot and flustered inside the museum. So we just decided to take a look at some of the souvenirs that the museum offers. And they weren't too expensive, but I just felt, I don't know, it just made me feel kind of like bummed because like I said, I'm a creative as well. And I just feel like to commercialize Basquiat, to commercialize Warhol, like I don't think that they would be cool with having their pieces just I don't know. I know I'll never be able to afford a Basquiat, and I really did consider and go back with it myself as if it was sacrilegious to buy a reprint of one of his works. But, you know, I wanted it, so I'm ashamed to say, well, a little bit ashamed to say that I did buy one of the Basquiat reprints, and I probably should not because I mean, like I said, I'm an artist. I should have, but then I'm like, maybe his family is getting supported by people buying this stuff, and maybe his family, agree to it. I don't know. I don't know. But the balloon dog, you see that they have different souvenirs that you can buy that are inspired by the balloon dog. And like I said, the original work is worth $58 million. And if I have that piece, if I own that piece, if I own a Basquiat, to see somebody else with a reprint of one of his pieces, I'm going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to feel some type of way. It's just like when you shelled out thousands of dollars for Louis Vuitton. Why would you spend $30 or $40 to get? Why would someone spend $30 or $40 to go get a fake one or an imitation? I don't know. It's like if you can't afford it, then you don't need it. And I think that why would somebody want a fake Basquiat when they can go see it at the museum? What is the point of visiting a museum if you can just get a fake pieces and just put it all over your house? Then it kind of minimalizes the appreciation for the work. And that's just how I feel about it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if you get my point, or if am I making too much of it? I don't know. But yeah, I did enjoy myself. I'm so glad I came. I didn't have any anxiety on my way down. My COPD did bother me a little bit because on the way down, there was a lot of smog and a lot of pollution in the air. I'm thinking that it's from the fires, the wildfires that happened in Los Angeles. But yeah, my daughter wanted to pay for my reprint for my birthday, and there's different books here that you could buy. But we just decided to go ahead and pay for the print, and then we left. But we had a good time overall, like I was saying. Definitely, if you get the opportunity, head down to the Broad in downtown Los Angeles. If you ever visit California and you're in the Southern California area, definitely go to the Broad. All you need to do is go to the website and reserve or order your tickets. Your tickets are for an hour, but they weren't, they didn't say anything about time or anything like that. So I'm thinking as long as there's not a lot of people at the museum, you pretty much can stay as long as you need to see everything. There are other exhibits there, and they do have other events that you have to pay for, or that if you don't have a reservation for it, you cannot see them. However, we were able to see everything we wanted to see. I definitely want to go back again, and I want to spend more time looking at the Basquiat exhibits. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I know this video is a little lengthy and I didn't do quite as good as I usually do on the voiceover, or maybe I did. I don't know. But thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.